I would like to answer the question that somebody sent me. How can I remain open and available? Is it by giving up desires? How can I remain open and available? Is it by giving up desires? Well, I don't like too much this notion of giving up anything, giving up desires, because the notion of giving up desires assumes and feeds the notion of a me, of a separate self that is separate from thought, separate from the desires, separate from the feelings, and is going to work on them, is on a mission to get rid of desires. There is sort of also some sort of violence to, like, going to battle against desires, uprooting desires. I know that there are quite a few traditions that advocate the uprooting desires, but somehow that doesn't resonate here. About remaining open and available, it is important to contemplate that consciousness or awareness or presence or experience, whatever, yourself, this in this very moment, you are the openness. What you don't have to do any effort to be open or to become open, but just to notice that effortlessly the world unfolds. Effortlessly you hear these words. Effortlessly you perceive your thoughts, you perceive your sensations, you perceive your perceptions. You don't need to do anything to be open to what is arising. You are this openness, you are this availability. So when you consider yourself to be a person, to be an object, to be a body mind, already you have sort of created a shell or a seeming separation between you and the world, between you and others. And this separation, as it's believed in and also felt as I am this me and the world is out there, is what gives you the impression that you have to do something to remain open or to be open or to be available. But this very impression of being a separate person arises effortlessly in the openness that you are. Your perceptions or your thoughts of yourself as a separate person arises effortlessly and freely in the openness and the availability that you are. So there is nothing that you need to do to remain open and remain available. You are already this openness and this availability. But you confuse yourself to be something else than this openness. You confuse yourself or you mistake yourself to be a limited consciousness. It's a belief system. It's a feeling system that you have inherited over time, through your parents, through the society, through your culture, through your religion. But when you go directly to your experience, which is always right here, right now, you will notice that you don't do any effort to hear these words. You don't need to be open to these words. You are the openness that perceives these words. You are the openness that perceives the screen. You are the openness that perceives the sensation of your feet on the floor. You are the openness that perceives any sensation, all perceptions. That's already pre-existing. You don't need to make that happen. You are that openness, that availability. So, but desires are basically thoughts with an I, with a me quality to them. And there are two sort of ways of looking at desires. One form of desire is festive, is happy, is celebratory. For example, the thought might arise, it would be nice to go to the beach. You just walk along the beach and just enjoy a weekend of relaxation and just lovely time at the beach. Now that thought, when it is not accompanied with this contraction that says, if I don't go to the beach, I will be unhappy. I must go to the beach or else. If I go to the beach, I will be happy. Here I am unhappy. I will be happy at the beach. When there is that quality of that condition about the desire becomes contracted and ceases to be joyful, ceases to be happy. So when there is this me contraction that's sort of that's placing a condition on the desire turns sour, and you will find yourself going to the beach in order to be happy, and you will not get the happiness that you're seeking at the beach, because happiness is not out there. It is what you are. It is your true nature. It is the openness and the availability that we were talking about a minute ago. So there is a desire that is celebratory, that is happy, that is joyful, that is void of angst, that is not used to deliver any happiness, that is just enjoyed, like having friends over for tea or coffee or for dinner, going out for a walk, going jogging just because you feel like it, not in order to live longer. Although, exercise has this sort of, the beneficial effect onto the body. So there are desires that are celebratory and happy, and then there are desires that come from fear, that come from a sense of contraction, that I must have something in order to have a happier life, in order to be more myself, more fulfilled. So it is a desire that starts from a sense of lack. This sort of desire has an assumption behind it, and the assumption is that I am a separate consciousness, I am a limited body mind. That you are not that. That impression of being a limited body mind or a limited consciousness, a separate consciousness, arises openly and effortlessly in the true openness that you are. You are the screen and not the images that appear on the screen. Okay, thank you.